This
giving me an up-close and personal view. And welcome back to the Joanne Powell Show. I'm Joanne. We are coming from the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM.com, Hollywood. And if you are among the millions who were not really happy with the outcome of the presidential election, now we have President-elect Trump, and you are wondering what can you do to kind of deal with what's happened in the outcome, well, today we're going to be talking about that. Joining me now is Dr. Allie. You're an entertainment and mental health expert.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Hi. So, there's a lot of people who are very disappointed, and there's a lot of people who are very excited, and we don't want to diminish some people's excitement, and we don't want to invalidate some people's disappointment.
Right.
So it's really difficult, and there's particular areas I think that are particularly difficult for people. One, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving was difficult for a lot of families who have really been impacted by this, where one side of the family believes in one thing, the other side is on the other side. And as well, like, we have Christmas coming up, and so, like, what do you do? And then what do you do at work?
Well, I know after the election, you had millions of people that were really feeling disenfranchised. You had, basically, there are about 11 million undocumented people that are here, residents that are in the United States, that their children and their family members and friends were concerned about what's going to happen to them. And the other kind of 20 million people out there are people that have Obamacare, and that was an area that was up for target. You know, a lot of people don't know what is going to happen to my medical insurance. And you have a lot of people from like the gay rights movement. You have women issues. A lot of people who are really not sure what's going to happen next. And they were out there expressing themselves in protests across the country.
Yeah, and we have a lot of anxiety and a lot of anger. I think those are two emotions that I'm seeing from both sides, where you have people who voted for Trump and who are feeling supported by Trump, who feel like some violence is going to befall them at the hands of people who are angry that Trump is president. And then you have people on the other side who are just genuinely in fear for their lives. A lot of people are in fear for their vitality, their business. They're afraid that they'll be deported. They're afraid that they won't be able to marry who they're marrying. They're afraid that their reproductive rights won't be represented in their given state.
And a lot of Muslims are concerned, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of people who are worried about their own religious freedoms to be able to practice the religion that, that they choose to practice. And so I think we have a lot of, I said anxiety and anger, and I'll also say fear. And those are some emotions that can be very volatile when they're all together. And so kind of the way I look at it is that all of our emotions serve a purpose. They give us some information about the world that we live in. They're giving us information about kind of how we're responding to that world. And so we can't deny them or exclude them. Like a lot of people say, well, just don't be mad anymore. Just be calm. No. In a kind of a weird way, I say be mad. Stay mad. It's okay to be mad. But the focus and the goal is you have to do something with your anger. Gandhi was mad. Martin Luther King was mad. So you can be angry, but utilize that, because anger is an emotion that guides you in a particular direction. It's to motivate you to make a change because something's been done that you really don't like.
Yeah.
And so I say, start something positive. Nothing violent, nothing, outlandish, but start something positive to help a particular targeted area, like a market that's really important to you.
Right.
There
are a lot of people who are saying get involved in an organization, and one of the organizations, the ACLU, that has actually seen their membership go up and their contributions have gone up as a result of people like wanting to be a part or connected with some things. And organizations like the NAACP and some local advocates and organizations that really kind of are out there blazing the trail in the civil rights issues of people. Absolutely. A lot of people are kind of getting connected with that. So. And one thing that Trump was saying, that he wants to be the president of all the people, but a lot of people are watching his appointments, and they're not getting that same message. They're seeing one thing and hearing another.
Yeah, we're on air, so I'm really working my face right now to keep it very appropriate. But I think actions speak louder than words. And one thing I think that's been very critical about this candidate, this president-elect, is that he really understands how to use social psychology. And he understands the importance of what's called the availability heuristic. And that basically, the more you say something, the more people believe it.
Right.
So you don't have to even do anything. Just say it. And people are like, okay, sure. So I do think that people have legitimate fear. I think there's legitimate reasons to be a little unnerved and a little uneasy. But I think what you said was exactly right. If you're scared about something, kind of put your money where your mouth is and invest. You take the time to volunteer with the ALCU. Go and, become a part of your local NAACP chapter. Actually do something. Don't just sit in your house and be afraid. Don't be fretful. Go out and make positive change. Be the change that you want to see, because that's the only thing that we can do. Humans love to feel in control.
And there also are people who may have supported Trump, looking for, when he was talking about drain the swamp and getting rid of all the people that are the establishment, and that's not happening either. If you look at his appointees, basically his cabinet's going to be full of billionaires and politicians who are part of the establishment. So those people might feel a little disenfranchised by that too. So they're candidate one, but they're not really happy so much.
I do think that we're going to see an increase in frustration among his base in the next few years when they begin to realize that he's not going to do a lot of the things that he was promising to do. Number one, Hillary's not going to jail, so I think there's a lot of people with Hillary for prison shirts that are quite frustrated about that revelation. But ultimately, I think that America has kind of entered this phase where we are very disenfranchised in general. There's a million things we can link it to, but I think that we really need to start making our own change, as opposed to begging the government to do it, as opposed to begging, people in our lives to do it. We need to be able to organize ourselves and just sit down and say, I want my school system to be better in my neighborhood. What do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? What letters do I need to write? Do I need to become a teacher? We just need to take some level of agency and just kind of do things on our own. That's really how I'm feeling.
Yeah, because I know a lot of, be empowering yourself and not depending on the government handouts or whatever, they're just to kind of help yourself.
Yeah. And that's really what I think this election has done for us. It's helped us realize that the election process really doesn't speak for the people. With the Electoral College, and that the things that the people really want isn't necessarily being represented. And so rather than just having this dispersed anger, we just need to get focused and figure out what can we do for ourselves? How do we help our own missions, our own goals, and how do we come together as, minorities? It seems like basically all minorities right now are really having
the same problem.
We all have the same beliefs. We all have the same values. We all just want to love and have good families and have enough money to feed our kids and have Christmas once in a while.
Yeah.
And so we need to find ways, I think, to kind of support one another.
Okay, we're going to talk more when we come back. You're watching the Joanne Powell Show on the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM.com, Hollywood.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University Elite Program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service starting at only $31.25, casket included. Direct cremation starting at only $9.95. Visit one of our 5 locations and meet our caring and diverse staff. McKay Family Mortuary. Let us be the shoulder to lean on.
Thanks to Oakwood University and the LEAP program, I have now a college degree. So to the Spanish-speaking members of this community who feel that the LEAP program is something you should consider, I would say, ánimo a la universidad. Considere el programa LEAP de Oakwood University.
Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
Seize the Day Scuba for your best scuba experience above and below the sea. You'll find friendly staff, experienced PADI certified instructors, and state-of-the-art scuba equipment and gear. Join our dive club and we'll help you plan memorable scuba excursions. Immerse yourself. Seize the Day Scuba, serving Southern California. Call 949-220-0500 to create your scuba experience.
When I first started into the program, yes, I had doubts. I was really impressed with Oakwood University, with the faculty and the staff and the student body. It was a really good experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was thinking about going back and finishing their degree.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.